Variety calls out Marvel. Insiders saying Kevin Feige is desperate and sloppy. And all of this right before the investor call? This is not a good look, Bobby. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the 540 subscribers thus far, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment because YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. I've got a new fundraiser idea coming up. Yes, it's about that time. Holidays are in full swing, so we're going to do another fundraiser to raise funds for the Stuttering Foundation of America. Stay tuned, folks. Some new stuff, too. Oh, it's Investor Day. It's Investor Day, the fourth fiscal quarter investor call for the Walt Disney Company. The call is in a mere hours away, beginning at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And this call will be streaming live on Valiant Renegade's channel. And I encourage all of you in this space, definitely tune in. The Disney calls are always a lot of fun. Link to that will be down below in the description. Now, it's not been a good time for the House of Mouse, especially recently. Poor box office, streaming shows have little to no viewership, merch sales and park attendance down across the board, and along with a loss of over 55% of the corporate worth in just over 2 years. Yikes. Now, Variety last week gave a rather scathing expose about Marvel, much in the way that the Panderverse South Park episode did to Lucasfilm. I touched on the article on the Monday show, and I want to go over some main points that I took away from it. Link to that article again will be down below in the description. Let's jump right into it. Okay. One problem addressed in the article is the superhero fatigue caused by churning out content, whether it be on the big screen or on D+, and it is just too much and people are possibly burning out. The more you do, the harder it is to maintain the quality. And when you're spending $200 million minimum for a film or a streaming show, that's right, folks, $200 million for streaming shows, you don't have time to experiment with characters like Shang-Chi or the Eternals. You need the bangers. You need to hit home runs. And then throw in the MCU, and all you get is not one film from Marvel Studios post Endgame has turned a profit. Now, another topic was the director of the upcoming film, The Marvels, Nia DaCosta. Again, the film is set to release on Friday. You can also check me out on Sunday over with Wookie B Bad, talking about that as well. Now, Nia brought in some insight into the filmmaking process when she began working on her next film. While The Marvels is still in post-production. That's right. She's working on a new film while her current film was in post-production. And it was said that someone who was familiar with the production says that the director of at least a $250 million film, it's a lot higher once we get the final numbers with all the reshoots and everything, it's going to be closer to $300 million, to just leave with a few months left to go. And this all but confirms what us in this sphere have been talking about, where Kevin Feige, instead of hiring directors based on their merits, he casts directors, either to use their name, Sam Raimi, or just to check off diversity boxes. Another point was the production hell that the film reboot has been for Blade. Starring the two-time Oscar winner, that's right, two-time Oscar winner, Mahershala Ali playing the title character. Initially, the film was projected to be released this year in 2023. That's right. Yet, when you fire 5 writers, at least 5 writers, and 2 directors, and when you had Ali ready to walk away from the project completely because of the scripts, not a good sign. A script that at one point had Ali relegated to the 4th tier character. That's right, not the title character, the 4th tier character, as the story morphed into a female-led narrative talking about life lessons in a Blade film. And some of y'all still want to say that the MCU is not a thing. You useful idiots. Now, the article does put a lot of hope into Kevin Feige, at one point calling him the Babe Ruth of studio heads. Yet throughout the article, you've got insiders and folks who have worked on productions talking about stories being undercooked and half-baked and laying it right at the feet of Kevin Feige. Just remember this, folks. Kevin Feige got his start as a non-paid assistant for Lauren Schuler Donner when her production company was helping produce the X-Men films. Remember those? Yeah, the early 2000s? Yeah, them. He was her assistant, so he took notes. He spoke for her at production meetings. He got her coffee. Sounds kind of familiar. I don't know. Sounds like another studio head at Disney. I don't know. Name escapes me. But he showed promise and then was hired to come over to Marvel itself by Ike Perlmutter. That's right. The same Ike Perlmutter who has given his voting shares to Nelson Peltz to get on the board and forcing Disney to course correct. Same guy. Now, final thoughts on this whole thing. Like Lucasfilm, Marvel is a mess, an absolute mess. You have studio heads that have deviated from the plan of success that was set forth by much smarter and more successful people than they are. And who has allowed all of this to happen while being in charge of the whole thing? Who's allowed this whole thing to happen? That's right. Bob Iger. And who, in a few hours, is probably about to get his ass handed to him. Tick-tock, Bobby. Tick-tock. But anyway, these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you and let me know what you think down below in the comments. Check me out Thursday over on Roman of the Empire. We'll be talking about the 1986 film Highlander, starring Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. Definitely a fun film. Also, check me out Friday over on Friday Night's Royal Rumble, talking about the week in pop culture. And again, check me out Sunday over on Wookie Be Bad, talking about the Marvels, giving our takes on that film. Pray for me, folks. Pray for me. But anyway, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for listening this long. I appreciate that. I will see you all very soon, folks. Have a great rest of your week, and always have fun. Hashtag keep talking, and always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.